The Pearl is sleek, the Storm has touchscreen. What's the Blackberry Curve 8900 got to offer? We found out. Okay, well, a big bonus here with the Blackberry Curve is the keypad. As you can see, it's a full QWERTY design here. The buttons themselves are actually also nice and distinct. So while there was some issues with the odd time you pressed the wrong button, for the most part it was no more than you'd do by typing the wrong key in a keypad when typing quickly with an actual PC or a laptop. So by and large, that's quite a big bonus. Another thing though about this keypad is, despite being the full QWERTY design, it's actually quite a compact little device despite that. Like, we'll just see here, palm of my hand, it fits quite neatly and just easy for use really with the two thumb format. So on the whole, is a big selling point for the Curve. It's just a really handy keypad which doesn't sacrifice the practicality for its size. It's got a nice little range of applications you can download. All the ones you see here we've actually downloaded. This is the Facebook application. Very much in the true sense of a BlackBerry as well, in that when you go in, it's easier to look at sort of the status and the more text-based updates. You can go into photos if you really want to, but in truth it's just not quite to the same extent. Now, what we actually did here with the BlackBerry though, with its Facebook app, was we checked out the camera as well. Now, it's sort of a best of one world, worst of another world, in that when it comes to actually uploading a photo on a Facebook, from the BlackBerry, it's a beautiful little system. You can actually caption and tag it before it actually gets fully uploaded and have it within Facebook ready for that. The problem is, despite having a 3.2 megapixel camera, the actual quality of the image is generally pretty awful. We put a couple up on our Facebook, got some viewer reaction, and universally it was panned. It's cold, wet, and quite frankly miserable today here in Dublin, but we're outside the villa to give the GPS function on this Blackberry Curve a quick field test. We're going to get it to send us from the villa itself to St Stephen's Green in Dublin. Let's see how well it fares. One of the nicer facets of this device is the ease with which you can flip between the actual map display and the directions themselves in a text format. And also quite straightforward really. You can just change once you get to a certain point, click on that direction, and that's your new starting point on the map. But as you see there, the load time isn't exactly the best. When you zoom along here, could be a bit faster, although you only get so much obviously from the size of a device. And otherwise you got to be happy enough though with the speed and the delivery of accuracy. Now remember, it's only GPS though, not sat nav, so there's no navigation function as such unless you actually click on each particular direction once you get to that point. So it involves some level of using your eyes and keeping them open. Well, the GPS achieved its main aim of actually getting us here, but the weather's gotten a lot worse. We're actually under a tree right now, so I'm going to use this umbrella, walk over to the Lewis and get that home and give you the full report from back inside. Well, we're back in from the cold and the wonderful wet out there by Stephen's Green, and the version of GPS is that by and large it's a pretty useful application. There are a couple of minor flaws though. First of all, the address input system, it's very sketchy at best, in that you can put a street in, it'll find the street. You put an actual specific address number in, like you can at many other GPS systems, and it's a very much hit or miss. The villa where we live here ourselves, our address, it doesn't work, but the house 9 doors down does, so there's something up there. Also, the mapping system itself does take a few seconds to update, a few seconds more than is comfortable, to be honest, as well. So ideally you could see a bit of work done on that front. Quick way of resolving both those issues would be to use Google Maps rather than Research in Motion's own mapping system, which comes as standard with the BlackBerry. Google Maps can be downloaded, so that's the quick way around it. But otherwise GPS is quite useful in that respect. And I suppose on the whole, those two minor flaws plus the flaws of the camera really just aren't that big a deal in the greater scheme of things, because we absolutely adore the keypad on this device. It's just so user friendly. The portability as well can't be expressed enough, in that like you're getting great functionality in a handheld device. So on the whole, this is definitely a keeper. It's 8 out of 10, much better than the Gervin. Well, not much better, but substantially improved on what we were hoping for, to be honest. And so definitely 8 out of 10, it's a keeper. And for Villa 81 and ENN, I'm Emmett Ryan.